Wow, you weren't kidding when you talked about the storm.
Yep, it's been pouring like this ever since that big old rainfish showed up.
Speaking of which, just how big is this rainfish?
That big! Oh, that takes me back.
Okay, we just need to find that information squid of yours, deal with the pirates, not get eaten by the rainfish, and find somewhere to land in this storm.
All right then, how about I show you around these parts?
Welcome to Family Gamer TV. I'm here with Lou Studdert. Am I saying that right?
You are, Lou Studdert.
I always like to check.
Yeah.
And we got some really nice, crisp PS4 direct capture of a new level for Skylanders Trap Team. Something Riviera.
It's Rainfish Riviera, and you're actually helping a brand new story character that we're introducing today. This is Mags. She's the inventor of Skylanders Academy, and as she would love to tell you, about 87 million other things. A very, very unique character. But we're helping her track down her information squid, which is something that we're going to use to help continue the story.
Cool, and it does, I mean, the first thing you're struck with is it looks so crisp on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's very, very pretty. I mean, the team is doing a great job of making sure that each of the consoles, you know, look their best and are showing as much quality as we can.
So while we're here, just to give people a heads up, we're going to be looking at the level itself, but also the new Trap Master characters. Bushwhack, this one, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And
Head Rush,
that's it. And some minis, and I brought along Stealth Elf, Fire Kraken, and Hothead, of course. So we'll be trying those out, see what they look like in the new game as well. So if we sort of press on, will we have enough time to get through the level, do you think?
Yeah, sure. If I focus and play as well as I can, so you can be the portal jockey and change who you want me to play as.
Yeah. Shame we're not doing it live. We could be like, so who do people want to swap to right now? So, but we started off with a dark version of Wildfire. Is that right?
This is Dark Wildfire. He comes with the Dark Edition pack. Looks like we're going to run into a Brawlrus here. This is actually the most wanted version of Brawlrus, so this is who we are going to attempt to defeat and capture. You can see Brawlrus is a character that we're showing off for the first time here at the show. Really just everything related to this level is brand new. You can actually see when he shoots you, you change color because you actually get slowed down by all of those starfish that get stuck to you. But you can also see how Wildfire's shield is glowing, and that's because he's a trap master, he gets added damage against a most wanted villain.
And so he's trapped, or they're going to need to put a trap in there.
Yes, we are. If you want to do that. He's a tech character, you can tell by the symbols around the outside of the screen.
Oh yeah.
So we always make sure that kids are aware of what they're able to use.
So I'm going to trap, it'll make some sounds, won't it?
What is this? Some kind of vortex? Well then, vortex! What is this trap? Some kind of trap? I've never been in a trap before. Been in lots of tubes for some reason, but never a trap.
Brawlrus trapped.
The writing's on the wall here. Brawlrus is going good.
So Brawlrus, I can't say that. Trapped.
That's Brawlrus, yeah. It's a tough one. There's a lot of fun songs there. And so now we have Brawlrus. And so you can see, once we get done talking to Mags here.
Might be some wood you can use over there to repair the bridge. Not a very sophisticated invention, but hey, it works.
So you can see we're now in control of Brawlrus, and you hear that pirate music, you hear the sea shanty.
Yeah.
That's actually Brawlrus' theme song. And so if we switch back to our Skylander, the theme song ends.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, each of the villains in the game have their own unique theme song. So it really makes that time when you're playing as a villain unique, and it's very unique to each character. And so I switch back, and the music begins again.
That's cool. So as we work with these characters, we'll just have a quick look at their upgrades.
Sure.
So we've got Wildfire here. We can jump into a menu, can we, and look at what upgrades he has.
Sure. Go to his powers. You can see we've got him pretty low here. You know,
Shield bash.
Yeah, so he's got a shield bash. He has chains of fire. He has a really cool heat shield where if you hold it, it starts to glow fire. Extra chains, which he throws at these chains, pulls enemies closer while doing fire damage. He can actually spit fire, which is great, kind of like a mouth flamethrower. And then the heat shield can be increased. And then his two different paths, one is tied to his shield and doing these different combinations, which are really cool, how they mix in with, you know, his shield attacks as well as his secondary attacks, like the fire spin. He'll actually do a double combo with the shield and then ride it like, you know, kind of a little sled in a circle while spitting fire. And then his other one is all about the fire chains. And so you can actually pull in 5 enemies at once. You can do a longer fire breath, and then you can do more effect, and it's all around pulling the characters in. And then his soul gem is really cool because you actually turn, you know, from his normal bipedal standing self into quads, running around, slashing in a more traditional lion form.
Nice,
Yeah.
super.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing those in the game once we get it. So let's as you progress, let's switch in and out these characters.
Yeah. Who do you want to try?
Let's go for Bushwhack, I think.
All right. Bushwhack is the first life trap master that we're showing off.
Axe to the max.
And so he's all about nature, which is kind of fun. So you can see his armor looks like it's made of like walnuts and different acorns and things like that. Even runs around barefoot. So he's able to throw these acorns to stun enemies and then use his big axe to take them out.
Nice. And the axe on the toy as well. It's beautiful, isn't it? Sort of translucent, traptanium.
Exactly. So the toy team, you know, who work on the game are doing a tremendous job of actually, you know, coming up with new and unique techniques for our toys. You know,
When you collect some planks here, that's a new thing to collect, isn't it? Like acorns.
yeah. So similar to the Boingo nuts, we actually have these buildable bridges throughout the game.
Oh, sorry, Boingo nuts, not acorns.
Yes.
So these aren't planks, these are something...
No, these are actually bridges, and what you'll actually see as you go further into the game, this is the introduction to these, where this is a very simple, okay, there's some wood, let's build a bridge. But as you go further into the game, we're actually introducing multiple types of bridges, and so we have puzzles around, you know, needing to use metal to build a metal bridge, and then go back to get the wood bridge, and then the bamboo bridge, and there's these unique puzzle building scenarios where you're utilizing these bridges to get across certain areas.
Cool, so we better press on, I guess. Do you know how long is this level?
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We might have better luck finding my information squid if we
So here's some more of Mags. I like these NPC characters.
Yeah, Mags is really, really funny. She's actually, like I had said, the inventor of Skylanders Academy, and so she's a really witty character. Kind of has that fun, you know, quirky accent that she has to really, you know, express the humor, and she's slightly mad, you know, so she's kind of crazy. So every now and again, you'll get a bit of her humor tied to around her being a little loopy.
So we picked up our key.
Yeah, so we have our key, which I was able to utilize the bridge from the earlier section, pick it back up after we've crossed it, and bring the bridge over here.
Yeah,
It's
so
actually
we're
hard to
puzzle
say.
solving there.
Exactly. So that's some light puzzle solving, and you'll see right here we actually have a gate, but there are 2 locks, and so we're going to need to hop down here.
Skylanders of the undead.
And in here we actually have a shack, within which Fishbone's card shack. And so we're going to show off a bit of Skystones Smash, which we're going to have to play to lower the gate to grab the key.
Cool. I like a bit of Skystones, and Skystones Smash is a sort of a supercharged version.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique card game that we're putting into Skylanders Trap Team. It's a full-blown new design. You know, it takes the idea of Skystones, which is utilizing these different characters on different cards, but it's changing it in a way that we think kids will really, really like. And so we'll take you through it.
So you'd have to play Skystones to progress through this part of the level?
Yes, that's correct. So similar to how we, you know, dealt with the Skystones and Giants, we actually have multiple areas throughout the game where you'll see them, you know, as kind of progression areas, and then also side areas. So one of the things that's really unique, though, you'll see the option to change stones. As you progress through the game, you're actually going to be collecting more and more of these stones, and so you can build your own deck.
Nice.
So it's a bit more complicated than, you know, normal Skystones, because you're actually choosing your strategy if you want to. But if not, we do create a recommended set for you. And so we're going to hop in here, and it's divided into two sides. The left side is ours, and the right side is Bucko's here, the pirate. And we each have 10 health. And the objective is to get his health to 0 while keeping ours, obviously, up. And so what you're going to use is one of your cards. You'll also see how they have an attack strength and a health strength. So what you want to do is figure out a way to protect your side while also destroying their stone. So I've got this card here, which has a 2 attack and 3 health, and he's placed a card with 1 health and 2 attack. And so you'll see, we showed the math because we've kept this low numbers so that way kids can figure this out. Everything's under the number 5. So that way easy,
educational.
Exactly. It's easy subtraction so that way kids are able to figure out. But you saw how my card stayed because I had higher numbers. And since now I have an open area, I would want to choose my card with the highest attack because I'm not going to be blocked. So you see we -4 there. And one of the things that's also being done is these Skystones, some of them have spells. And so you'll see the Chompy Mage here, you gain 2 health in addition to his normal attacks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, or we have the Chef, where you'll do 1 damage to all 3 spaces. And so you kind of have this strategic opportunity to figure out where you want your cards to go and when to use them. And then for the more advanced players, or if players, you know the math and have seen what they're going to do, we give them the ability to speed up the round a bit by skipping through the animations. And so you can see here, we're going to defeat him, and I can put the Chef anywhere I want because Sheep Creep card only has 1 health, and he has the spell, which we'll see animate right here.
Yeah, nice.
That will send fireballs, subtracting 1 from all of Bucko's spaces, leaving our other cards to defeat him. So it's a really fun game, and we really, are excited to see what kids think of it.
Yeah, I like it. They like the, sort of the numbers and the strategies. Really cool.
Exactly, and you get a nice cash payout for your character, so that way you can get upgrades, and it lowers the gate for us to continue forward.
Access to the key I'll be granting. Knew I could do it.
I love it. And I'm a Brawlrus.
And so you'll actually hear if you have a villain in the trap, as you progress, we actually cue them multiple times throughout the game to make commentary, so that way you always get reminded that there is a character inside of there. So now we're going to progress forward here with our second key.
Oh yeah, back to that door.
Yeah. And it looks like we're in the middle of an ambush. So we've got a bombshell here. Let's see if we can take him out. Got a lot of health. There we go, took him out. And another most wanted villain. And so this is the Mastermind, and he actually uses his wooden mask to take control of other enemies, including defeated enemies. So you'll see here, he's able to take control of that defeated bombshell, but once we defeat him, the Mastermind pops out. And so,
I see, yeah.
So we're going to try and defeat him here. And you can imagine in a fight, you'd want to take out the Mastermind first thing, because he's kind of a mage that can bring characters back that you've already defeated.
Right, so Bushwhack has some projectile.
Yeah, he has his
there.
acorns that he can throw that dizzy enemies and do damage. And so now we've taken out Mastermind here.
Yeah, go us.
Yeah, so let's give him a capture. And you can see that he's an undead character.
If I could possess you right now, I would probably capture me.
Alright, let's give him a go.
Hey, you're not supposed to use magic against me.
If I'm guilty of anything, it's caring too much and possessing a bunch of people. But is that really so wrong? Wait, don't tell me. I can read your mind.
Mastermind trapped.
Well, I suppose I could get into being good. Get it? Get into? I like that one.
Yeah, nice.
And so now we've captured the Mastermind here.
She's back in the game.
Yeah, and so now the Mastermind is part of our trap team. And so you can actually use the Mastermind to take control of enemies and turn them temporarily to your side, and they'll attack each other. But there aren't any enemies around, so let's keep them resting. So
Can we just pause for a second and really work just really quickly through Bushwhack's upgrades?
Absolutely. So let's go to Bushwhack here. Let's go to his powers. So like I said, he's all about his axe. So right from the beginning, you have a really awesome axe combo and the ability to throw these acorns. His tertiary attack, though, is this awesome head bash, which he can use that acorn helmet to attack enemies. And then as you upgrade his nuts, the acorn grenades will actually explode on impact, do damage, as well as dizzy enemies.
Nice.
Yeah. And so then you can also upgrade his armor, which is a really cool visual effect. You know, utilizing the wood grain and the awesome kind of like acorn and walnut motif there. And then his 2 chains, actually after we get the thorn trail, which is really cool, as you swing your axe, the effect turns into thorns, which will damage enemies. But then here we can actually focus on the attacks and the combos, or we can focus on the armor as well as his jumping attack. And you'll see his helmet gets massive here.
Wow.
But then my favorite is his soul gem. He actually jumps up, slams his axe into the ground, grows a tree,
Whoa.
and then cuts it down to fall over on an enemy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, right, so let's press on. Can we switch in this lady? What's she called?
Head Rush. Andy, come on. You've had Head Rush.
You've had longer to learn them.
Taking charge.
And so this is Head Rush here. We actually have her wearing a hat, which is pretty fun. But Head Rush is really neat because she's all about movement. Her main attack is really different than anyone else because it's all about charging forward. And springing forward, you can actually knock enemies up into the air. And so let's talk to Mags here and actually access an area with some enemies.
Yeah, so she has a different feel to her, playing,
Very,
and just watching.
very much so, yeah.
I remember you saying it's a sense of locomotion, that sort of momentum, you have to work with her differently.
Exactly. Which actually makes her one of my favorites because there's nothing else that feels like playing as Head Rush. So you can see her main attack is all about charging, which is actually great as an evasive maneuver as well. So you can imagine, you know, you saw the turtle bomber throwing bombs there, and we're able to charge out of the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in addition to being able to take out any enemies. But you can do a quick one as well, but it's really all about that sustained charging to take enemies out. But then she also has a really cool, you can see her foot pound here.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's able to take out enemies utilizing her stomping feet.
Cool, so let's jump into her stats and upgrades.
Absolutely.
And then just it'll be a bit short of time, so we'll really whiz through. I want to see what she can do.
So, her upgrades are really unique. So you can kind of see with her operatic look that she's actually a bit of an opera singer. So once you upgrade her, you get some mega stomps, but then her third attack is the ability to yodel.
Woo!
She actually does this awesome singing yodel attack, which as we get to upgrading, you can choose the yodel path and modulate the yodel, and you change
Nice.
the pitch. So
And with the left stick?
Yeah, and so she'll actually go high-pitched or low-pitched depending on which way you move the stick. And then, instead of breaking glass, it actually destroys the ground around you as you upgrade it. So then the other path is all about her stomps. And these stomps do these crazy, you know, area of effect attacks as she's doing it. And then her upgrade are brand new Traptanium horns that do amazing damage.
Sounds good. Right, so let's press on with a bit more of the level, and then before we stop, I'll just pop on our giant and our...
Go for it. Yeah, let's toss on a giant. Alright.
So here we are. Oops, fell over. Stand up.
We're gonna switch over to Hothead here. And so...
Quite this glowing head, it's cool.
Yeah. So what's great is that, you know, just like all our previous games, we're continuing to fully support our characters from the previous games. So we have full support for our giants, like you see here, the Swap Force, or the core characters that we showed off in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. At this point, we have over, I think, 175 different toys, all of which are fully supported.
Yes, there's a lot of characters to support. It's great.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Thank you. My kids will like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Get leveled up.
Yeah.
You mentioned Swap Force. Let's get a Swap Force character on.
Absolutely. We're going to switch over. I see the fire theme
Fire.
here. So we're going from...
I should have brought Eruptor as well, shouldn't I?
Yeah. We're going from Hothead to Fire Kraken. And so now we've got Fire Kraken here, able to do all his awesome moves.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
And so finally, we'll pop on a Skylanders Spyro's Adventure version
Absolutely,
of...
we're gonna go with the original Stealth Elf. And you can see Series 1 Stealth Elf. She comes in, level 6. You haven't given her much love,
well,
Andy.
It's not me, it's my kids, so
Oh.
talk to them. I think they've probably got quite a few Stealth Elves.
Alright.
So I just grabbed one.
Yeah. But no, yeah, she works completely, you know, exactly like she did in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. But she has the expanded level cap of 20 in the game. And then she also has the ability now, for the first time ever, to do...
Sorry, getting interrupted.
Yeah, we're getting interrupted a little bit by our trapped mastermind. But for the first time ever, she can now jump and attack in the air.
Oh yeah, of course, jumping.
Exactly, so we have the jumping as well as attacking in the air.
Oh, jump and attack.
Yeah, so we've actually added features to all of the past characters by giving them the ability to jump and attack, to tag team in with the villains, so they can tag, they can defeat villains, and they can trap villains. All the characters have all of those functionalities.
And don't they get outfits now as well as hats?
So we have trinkets. There aren't any outfits.
Okay.
We call outfit kind of the overarching kind of designation of it.
Yeah.
But you have hats and then these new decorative items called trinkets.
Cool, well thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks great, and I'm sure my kids and the people watching will be looking forward to playing it. It's
Wonderful,
really good. Thanks a lot, Lou. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks again.